Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting. It's Tuesday Night Gold Panning Fever, episode number 158. And tonight we're going to be going through some more of the old moldy Vo-Gus Paydirt. But before that, let me catch up on chat, say hi to everybody, see who's here. Joey Brown, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Refotris, thank you for joining the show. HD Chevrolet, Donna, Wheezin' Geezer, thank you for being here and being a mod. And if Josh is here, he might be lurking in the background. Thank you for being here as well. Mark Sheldon, thank you very much. I appreciate you being here. And for this, brother, thank you very much. Mentally Corrupted, thank you for being here. Shane Prothero. Who else? Is that it? Stephen LeBlanc, JNV Rockhounding, A3 Sky Warrior, how's it going? Johnny Ray, thank you for joining the show. I appreciate it. And chat just started moving. Somewhere in Ohio. Home Zoo and Prospecting, how's it going? Alan Curie, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Hopefully it's not too late there. But Mark DeFrancia, thank you for joining the show. I think I got everybody. John Gear, Brad, thank you for joining. Dragon AU. Let me pop out chat while I have a second. Idaho Jeff, thank you for joining the show. All right, there we go. There, all right. We're all set up now. Well, as set up as I can get. I'm always a little bit behind. Crazy Cannon, how's it going? So yeah, again, we're going to be going through some more Vo-Gus Paydirt. Now, I don't know if he wants me to say he donated this to my channel, but Mark, you can say in the chat if you do, if you don't. He's one of my Patreon members. He sent me this one, and what's funny is Vo-Gus has two websites. He's got Vo-Gus Prospecting, like .com.au, and then he's got the Old Mouldy, which I had no clue about. I did not know about the Old Mouldy. And he has Paydirt listed on his old site, Vo-Gus Paydirt, and it just shows out of stock. It's the old Boxer Paydirt. And it's been out of stock forever. And, you know, I got an email saying, oh, I got some of his Paydirt. And I was like, where'd you get it? Where'd you get it? And they told me about the old Mouldy website. So, pretty excited. Now, today, we might not do so good as we did in the review. I'm hoping this one has like 2 grams in it, because I'm probably going to miss a lot of gold tonight. Only get one shot at this, but we'll have to see. John Gear, no changes on the tiers. I'm just floating some ideas around right now. Nothing would happen until the end of the year. This is just, you think of something and you're like, well, what if I did this? What if I did that? And I don't like to make changes to anything to my channel or my Patreon or anything else like that unless I think about it for a really long time, because I don't want to have to go back. I don't want to change something and then 3 months later be like, oops, I lost all my subscribers. I should go back. Why am I reviewing Burger King now? I should go back to Paydirt. Long story short, I lost the Vo-Gus website due to hackers. All right. Well, I like the old Mouldy. I like the old Mouldy site. So, but yeah. So that was the only reason I didn't know about this Paydirt. But then as soon as I found out about it, I had to get another one. And then I have the one that somebody donated because, I wanted to do a video about it, but I also wanted to pan one out. So had to do both. Spencer17, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Gentleman Prospector, Mama Bird, Rocky Mountain Prospector. And anyone, if I miss you, I apologize. I will try to catch you at some point tonight. Brian Phillips. Well, he said the least amount anybody has reported finding is 1.04, and I barely beat that. 1.04, and the highest was, I think, 2 grams and something like 2.1 or something like that, 2.0. So if this one has 2 grams in it, I'll probably find a gram. Because again, I only got one shot at this. Because there's a camera in between me and the pan and my peepers, I won't get a good look at this dirt. The dirt's going to be a good 1.5 feet away from my face. So it's going to be harder to see the gold, especially the small gold. So, but this time I do get to tell you more about the dirt while I'm panning it. Because during the review, and typically during reviews, I let everyone listen to music so they don't have to hear my voice and, match it to my ugly mug. And there was some peculiar things about this Paydirt, but we'll talk about that when we're actually panning it out. But I do enjoy it, and it's going to be some really tough stuff. So this is probably going to be a longer show than usual, too. So, you know, and here, I need to check Nightbot. I don't know if I updated Nightbot. Nightbot's just starting to spew some stuff out. Yep. Oh, we're going to edit this. I don't want Nightbot posting, going back to Australia all the time. So there we go. All right, I had to fix up Nightbot really quick, but we'll do that. Now I can get back to chat. I think this is an older batch. Neither one of the ones I had, Vo-Gus, was had the inner bag inside of it. So this is, I guess, an older batch. So didn't bug me, you know. I mean, like I said, you know, I'm not a fan of the tape, but it's awesome that you've already changed it. You already heard somebody else complain about it, or somebody else noticed it, or you saw it yourself and changed it. So that's pretty cool. Mega Dog, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. So trying to keep up with chat right now. So, but yeah, this is some interesting Paydirt. I really enjoyed it. I like the old Mouldy website, probably a little bit better than the Vo-Gus Paydirt. Yeah, typically anything that's up here sits on my shelf for a little bit. Plus the shipping times has been a little bit, you know, slow because, you know, anything going through customs is horribly slow. So, but yeah, all my Paydirts typically are ordered a month or 2 months in advance. Then they sit there for another month. So, no, it'll be there, but we're going to try it out. So I'm not going to make everyone look at my ugly mug too much right now because I'm about to get my butt whipped, I think, by some Paydirt because I don't have that option of putting the pan right up to my spectacles. So we're going to just jump right into it since everyone's here already. We got a lot of people. And again, anyone that's late, we're going through some more Vo-Gus prospecting Paydirt. But we're going to shrink down the ugly mug. We're just going to get to the pan. I've got my coffee ready. We're going to start panning. Yeah, customs is absolutely horrible. I've shipped stuff overseas that got seized by customs. Who did I ship something to? I shipped something to actually to Australia. I had not this year, earlier this year, but I believe it was last year in January. I did a month of Australian Paydirts, and I had someone from Australia go and order a lot of Paydirts because they didn't ship to the United States. So I had someone who lived in Australia. I had them order a whole bunch of Paydirts. They packaged them all up and shipped them to me, and they came really quickly. And as a favor to him to reciprocate, I ordered a whole bunch of United States Paydirts, put it in a box, and shipped it to him. And Australia seized it into customs for, I think, like 90, 120 days. A really long time. And then they rejected it and said they were sending it back to sender, which would be me. And they never sent it back. It showed that the tracking never left. So somebody in Australian customs has a hobby of panning, and they were like, woo, just got me a whole bunch of American Paydirt to pan. So that's what they did. Never got it. It kind of sucked. What's up, John? Thank you very much. Wrench, I really appreciate that. Mark, yeah, garnets and gold is one of my favorites to pan out. It's one of my favorites. That's why gnome Paydirt is some of my favorite stuff. It's not the hardest stuff. It typically is pretty hard Paydirt, but I just love the way garnets and gold look together. So, Ridge Lab, what's up, brother? Thank you for joining the show. And anyone again, if I miss you, Justin Framstead, what's up, brother? Long time since a live show. It's probably been a little bit over a month. SJB, thank you for joining the show. Yeah, Island. Yeah, I knew it had a slim chance. We even knew, like, we had talked back and forth, and we knew there was a slim chance of it actually getting into Australia, especially since I was shipping a box full of different dirts. So I was just more bummed that they didn't send it back. They, threw it in a fireplace somewhere, then had a little hunk of gold at the bottom. But that's the way it's gonna be. So, well, all right, let's just shrink down the mug because, like I said, I think this is going to take me a really long time. I think in the video, just the panning, and by the way, I'm not classifying this down. We're just going to do it. One size takes all. So it should probably, it is going to take all of 2.5 hours to pan this out. Get 10. Yeah, see, I don't melt anything, that's it. I have a lighter somewhere. That's it. But I know it's there used to be an Australian seller that used to have a lot of material similar to yours, Vo-Gus, but it wasn't as much. So they would have the same tin base and stuff like that. They were based out of, I think, Queensland. But most of the material was larger material, so it wasn't as a pain as this one. What was their name? Old Paydirt seller. I think they've gone out of business. They got bought out by somebody else. No, it wasn't DT Gold. I know DT Gold. I talked to him for a while, and I know he closed down selling Paydirt. Oh, here, let me see if I can. I know I have it somewhere on my. Golden Spear Mine. That's it. Golden Spear Mine. Yeah. That's who it was. Golden Spear Mine. Really nice people, but unfortunately, I know they probably didn't sell enough Paydirt and they went out of business. Or somebody bought them up. They got new owners, and I think they stopped selling again now. So, Benzo Gold, how's it going? No Bricks International. Alan Jackson, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Prospector Jason E. Miner, thank you very much. And Gentleman Prospector, thank you very much. I appreciate that donation. Thank you very much. Way too kind. Everyone's always too kind to me. But yeah, so Golden Spear Mine. Yeah, their material was similar to yours with the tin. They even told you that it had tin in it. But they probably, I think 10% of their material was actually the black sands and tin. All the rest of it was larger material, so it wouldn't drive you crazy. That was just the extra. So if you found any gold in that, you were doing pretty good. So, but all right, let's shrink down the ugly mug. Because if I keep talking, I'm never going to pan this out. I'm already worried that I'll run out of time. Because I think this stuff's going to kick my butt a little bit more the last time. So let's shrink down ugly mug. There we go. Got the pan all set up. Yep. All right. Now you just have to give me a second while I set up everything on my end. Turn on my chat, move my stuff. I did see your slobber bag. I didn't look too much at it because I just did a review on you, but I did see it up there and it did pique my curiosity. So I did bookmark it to look at later. Because I do love Australian Paydirt. Every year I do a month of Australian Paydirts because I just love Australian Paydirt. So did one in January. Hopefully I'll do another one next year. Hopefully there'll be some more Australian sellers. Tim Springston, thanks for joining the show. Appreciate it. All right. So here we go. Let's see. It is in the little thing. Let me... But there we go. So This one looks like it had a little bit more material than the other one, but looks the same. All right. Let's slap on some gloves. PA Patriot, what's up, brother? How's it going? Mike Wolf, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. And again, anyone I miss, I apologize. I am looking at chat through my phone while I get ready to pan. So if I miss you, I apologize. If I miss you saying anything, I apologize. Dibberson, how's it going? But feel free to ask multiple times until I answer it if you have some pressing questions. So I know everyone's going to want to watch tonight's show because they want to watch me miss a whole bunch of gold. So Ron F. Prospecting, how's it going? So here we go. I don't know if I should even bother. Now we're going to try. We're going to start with the bigger pan and see how it goes. But let's see. I was thinking about just using my finishing pan. No, it's not magnetic. That's the problem with tin, is it's not magnetic. So now, one of the things I did notice that was really curious that made this Paydirt a little bit more difficult than most Paydirt is right when you put it in your pan, you know, when it first clouds up, I think almost every time during my video, when I do the first wash, there was always a piece of gold on top. Almost always there was one or two pieces. So I had to be really careful when I was doing my first wash, because this gold doesn't want to sink through the tin. So yeah, just in case anyone here, if there's that one person here who has not subscribed to Vo-Gus. Glenn Timmons, thank you for joining the show. Who else did I see? AAA Rockhound. So all we're going to be doing today is trying to get rid of the blondes off the top. Then we're going to put it in the finishing pan, then come back and start all over just with the finishing pan. And then the best thing about this Paydirt is you get to pan it out twice, because I will be giving away 2 jars of this Paydirt. I will be drying up all this material, putting the gold back in it, and giving it away to 2 of my Patreon members at the end of the month. So, all right, these 2 just don't want to go. So there we go. We'll manually pull them out. So PA, I'm assuming you got your truck back, brother, finally. Yeah, once the chat gets more than like 12 people, it's hard to say anything to anybody. Culver, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Donna, thank you very much as always, Donna. My super fan. All right, just out of curiosity. Yeah, it's got some gold in there. So, nice little bit of gold. Like I said, we're just going to be trying to get rid of the blondes right now. And we'll come back and clean up the heavies. We're just going to be gentle. But it doesn't matter if I miss any gold tonight. We are going to weigh up what I find at the end of the show. So we're going to see how good I did during a live show. Oh, Reg Lab. Oh, I'm gonna be here for a while. Yeah. Well, I have a time limit. I have to be done by a certain point. So at some point, we'll just start shaking this pan furiously. So we'll get it done. 80%. Well, I only get one pass. This is a live show. After this, it just goes into my Tuesday tailings. It'll just be dried up and given away to a Patreon member. So I only get one pass. And my goal is to hit at least 0.95 a gram. So SRIP63, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. And I'm going to miss a ton of chat, so I apologize right now because this is not Paydirt I really can take my eyes off of too much while I'm panning. I want popcorn. Yeah, I had to snack on something right before the show because I was like, man, I might be here for a while. I mean, I feel like my painting skills are up to par. It's just my eyes aren't up to par. Just because I've got to sit so far away from the Paydirt right now. Hey, Ortiz, how's it going? I did, and I saw your text, but I was so worn out Sunday. Went swimming with the kids and just hung out. Didn't do too much. But it's always a good Father's Day. I get to spend it with my kids, you know. But yeah, like I said, I am going to be packaging these back up. I will dry out the material, separate it 50-50. And whatever gold I have, I will 50-50 divide and dump in the Paydirt. And then be giving away these two jars to two of my Patreon members at the end of the month. So, all right, let's see how much gold's in this one, and we're gonna just start panning like crazy. There's gold. Lots of wee gold in this stuff, so lots of finds. Oh. Yeah, it definitely doesn't sink. This stuff is really hard to get to sink. And that's why if you'll notice in the video on this one, typically when you watch when I'm panning, a lot of times like I just been doing, I do a little bit, dump it off into this into a side pan to go back to later. In the review I did, if you'll watch, every time I'd get down to just the gold, I would add more material and just keep adding because I wanted as much gold as I could get in the pan because gold does tend to want to stick to each other and fit next to each other. So it made it a lot easier to keep all the gold in one lump group. So Matthew Strickland, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Oh, come on. I needed to do what I want it to do, and it's not doing it. There we go. Hopefully you're doing well, and hopefully everyone had a good Father's Day. Those of y'all who are fathers or you had a good one hanging out with your dads. Look at all the gold. All the gold's already all up on the edge. All trying to escape from me. Heavy Meadow Detective, how's it going? No pressure. All right. Yeah, this is definitely some harder stuff, you know. And that's what I was saying in my review. A lot of sellers, you'll get a lot of sellers that will say, oh, this stuff is really hard, really hard. And then you get it and all the gold's like, 30 mesh. It's like, you can't just put any type of gold in black sands and consider it hard, you know. It has to actually be hard. Gotta watch those Iron Tongues quartz for specimen gold. I might pick through this and after I dry it out to see some of the bigger pieces to see if there's anything in there. I wish my sink was bigger. See, I'd have just used my turbo pan. Maybe before I dry off the material, I will use it in a turbo pan just to see if I can find any gold that I missed in one of these two batches. Mm-hmm. All right. One more batch into the black sands pile or tin pile. Use a claw. I do have a claw somewhere, but the turbo pan's Australian, so that's why I suggested the turbo pan is just because it's an Australian invention. Either that or I do have the was it the snakeskin pan somewhere? Tim Springs, it makes it so much harder panning. That's why I said on Tuesday shows, I typically, it doesn't matter if I miss any gold typically just because, it's all going into Patreon Paydirt. So a lot. This one, that's what I said. This one seemed to have a lot more dirt in it than the last one. So, but this is a 10-inch pan. So all right, Benzo, enjoy your meal. I'll still be here for a while, so. All right. Yeah, we're making waves. We're getting rid of it. We probably washed away about an ounce of blonde so far. See, we're down. We're probably halfway done with just the blonde, getting all the blondes out. So. Potato pan then. Yeah, I'm serious. I'll have to, if I can remember, I will maybe run all this material through my turbo pan. I'll have to set something up. I don't know if I'll film it or not. Maybe I'll try to. Maybe I'll just film it with my phone. Yeah, this is definitely one of those Paydyrts you don't want too much in your pan. Only reason I'm putting a little bit extra now is because I'm only getting rid of the blondes. That's all I'm trying to do. In Prospector. I have a collection of metal pans that I have one that's only like a 2-inch pan. Yeah, my shoulder's definitely going to be sore after this. So, Pitbull Prospecting, thank you for joining the show. I appreciate it. And thank you everyone for joining the show. And just in case anyone or any of my mods forgot, if they want to put the hidden link up. And again, make sure you go to the hidden link my mods are going to be posting. I will be giving away spot number 9, I believe it is, for my upcoming giveaway, where I'm giving away a 1-ounce silver bar from Vendetta Prospecting. Tim. All right, we'll just add this one, dump out some of the water. And thank you, whoever dropped the link. And again, make sure, let me see, let me double check. Yes, this is spot number 9. So next week will be spot number 10. And the week after that, we will actually be doing the drawing. So if you haven't gotten your name into the giveaway, we only got 2 more chances. Hey, Fickle Prick, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. It sucks. The place entire sucks. I'm guessing you weren't in a shop, or if you were in a shop, still manual. I remember when I was a kid, me and my friends, we would always be changing the tires on our rims in our car, or my truck more specifically. And we couldn't afford to go to a shop, so it was just always crowbars and breaker bars, just peeling them off ourselves. It'd be so sore the next day. we change out the tires 2 or 3 times a day. Just because trying to find a setup. And that was back in the day, you know, bigger tires on back, small tires on front. All right. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. We almost got rid of the blondes. Yeah, the hard part. All right, one more pan left after this, and then we get to tackle the really hard stuff. We're what, 25 minutes in? Yeah. Panic's gonna sit in around 8 o'clock, I guess. Trying to remember how long it took me. Because the panning, when I film on camera, the first pan, I try to be as careful as I can, but, you know, I know I'm going to miss some gold just because I can't, you know, I got the camera in between me. But I think that one was, I think it was an hour and a half edited down speed-wise. So. Wesley, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. And anyone else, if I missed you, I apologize, but thank you for joining the show. Crying is allowed after 3 hours. Now, 3 hours is my time limit. Then after that, it's time to hang out with kids. So usually I end my shows at 8, but I pushed it back till 9 tonight. So doing them tires take 3 hours. Huh? All right. Troubled One, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. And just everyone think, if you're a Patreon member, this Paydirt could be yours. You could be doing this. And what is it, like 3 weeks from now? You could be going mind crazy. That's not too bad, 9:40 a.m. That's not too bad. It could be, some of my viewers are like 3 in the morning right now. All right. Uh-oh. And again, as always, if you see somebody in chat that's name looks like they have a channel, make sure you subscribe to them. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe to somebody. And most people really, really enjoy the subscriptions, especially if they only have a couple subscribers, and they enjoy it that much more. So, all right, there we go. We've whittled it all the way down to this. And we'll start working it down from here. All right, we're going to start. That might be too much, but we'll see. CJ Hayes, how's it going, brother? All Things Country, thank you for joining us. Yeah, this is stuff I would definitely recommend you classify down as much as you possibly could. Anything you could do to give yourself a little bitty advantage, you know. Yeah, the gold's trying to sneak away already. Come on now. We just started. Leave me alone. All right, enjoy yourself over there. We might still be here when you're done. All right. Hopefully everything's been okay, all things and everyone else. No crying. I saved my crying for after the panning. Chicken miner was always fun. This year, I might, once they start selling again, I might have to try and grab some. I need to put them on. I have a one bookmark tab that I open up every single day for certain things. I might have to add them to that just to start looking. Yeah, no. PA should be happy he's home. He's been away for a while. Wesley, I don't know. This one's pretty tough, Paydirt. This I would definitely give this a 10 out of 10 difficulty. And what's funny is this stuff's difficult and it doesn't even have all the things. Like, it's got a little bit of organics. You can't really see it on the edge of the thing, but it does have a little bit of organics in it. And it does cloud up the water a little bitty tiny bit, but not that much. But if it added those to it, like if the blondes that he put in, if he had more of it, so it'd really mud up the water, because the black sands and tin don't really cloud up the water too much. I mean, it's only the blondes that are mudding it up. So if he had probably another 2 or 3 ounces of blondes in this bag to really muddy up the water, make it even harder, man. Throw in another ounce of organics. And people would go insane. Heavy meta. Does Chicken Miner sell on eBay? I didn't know that. Not that I pay much attention to eBay, but All right, let's add some juice in here. Yeah, this is only a tiny bit of it too, and I see the gold moving. So I'm trying to keep as much of the gold in this corner over here as I can, so there's less chance I'll wash it away. Because when I wash, I only wash up to about here, and then I bring it back down. So if I can keep most of the gold over here, there's less chance that I'll wash any of it away. And then once I start seeing any gold over here, I'll stop and reshake it and move it. You see, there's a whole bunch of gold right over here. Y'all can't see it probably, but starting to see some gold over there. Yeah. I think there was some gold right there, but oh well. We'll cry about that later. You knew I like muddy water. I don't mind. Muddy Paydirt's the least difficult thing for me. I don't mind that. I don't like organics as much. Just because muddy water, I can just clean my sink and it's done with. Let it sit in a bucket for a day or two till it settles. But when you have organics, you got to essentially hose down your whole sink, and it's just all things country. He does auctions on eBay. Trouble one, send me the link. Either email or something like that. Just when you get time. I'd like to see one of his auctions or listings just so I could see and mark it down so I know it's his. I've probably seen his auctions and just never knew it. Used band-aids and sharp glass. I've never found a band-aid in my Paydirt, but I have found glass before. Not as often as you would think compared to how many people have that you might find glass in their descriptions, as a warning. I mean, I don't know what people are doing with their Paydirt that, glass would cause them to complain. Like, oh, I was rinsing the black sands in my mouth and I cut myself with a glass. I was smashing the Paydirt with my fingers and cut myself. Yeah, I saw Culver's got his new Paydirt. I haven't went and looked at it yet. I'll have to go do that later. Add it to my to-do list. That you know of, you never know. Don't know until you actually try it. And a live spider run out of bag. Depends on what kind of spider, From a bag Australian Paydirt, that might not be fun. Especially if it had eggs. Like, oh no. HD. You'll find all kinds of stuff in creeks. I remember when I was little, I used to live out in the country in Louisiana. And you'd go to the stream and you'd find all kinds of stuff. Like you would literally have to bring like, an axe and a machete just to get to the creek. And you knew the grass would be up. And there'd be like a car sitting in the middle of the creek. You're like, how the heck did they get this through here? And there used to be a refrigerator on the other side of the creek, the side that nobody lived near. So It was an old refrigerator too, the ones that, you could get locked in, and we used to all play hide and go seek in it. But, we didn't have common sense, we were kids. Australian spiders you run from. I'm not taking it for a walk. That's why I wear gloves. These are actually Kevlar gloves, just in case I open a bag and it's got an Australian spider in it. Or a snake. What is it, a taipan? I can be like, oops. Let's see. So what do we have so far? A little bit of gold. I'm going to add some more material here. Brick. All snakes are bad down under. I don't think they have a snake that's like a decent, like a non-kill you snake. JP Wands and more, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Aqua Donkey, thank you for joining the show. And thank you for dropping the hidden link, HD. And make sure, everyone, if you haven't already, to leave a comment on the hidden video so you can get a chance to snag spot number 9 for my upcoming giveaway. It'll be in 2 Tuesdays, not this Tuesday, not next Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. We'll be giving away that 1-ounce silver bar that I got from Vendetta Prospecting. We'll also be doing my Patreon live show on that day, and we'll be giving away 2 of these Vo-Gus jars with this impossible Paydirt for somebody, so they could feel my pain. Let's see, gold creeping down. Wheezing. Oh, I don't know if my coffee is going to last. I already drank half of it and haven't done a few ounces of Paydirt. Working on the garage shelving all day in the heat. You need to put a air conditioner in that garage, PA. What's wrong with you? Leave that other door open into the garage. That's why my current house doesn't have a garage. I just got rid of it. I figured If I have a garage, I'm going to store stuff in it. I'm going to need to do stuff to it. I'm going to build stuff in it. Nope, just get rid of the garage. There we go. You can't do too much in a basement because you can't fit nothing down here. Traveled on. I'll say yes. Let's just no, it doesn't. Unfortunately, it doesn't. I'm sure if I used Nightbot's little gimmicky thing that they have on there, I could probably rig it, but all right, Wrench. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. Hopefully everything's okay with you and you're doing good. Till next time, brother. All right, there we go. Kermudge in Alaska. Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Yeah, any internet's better than no internet, that's for sure. Except for maybe dial up. I told my kids not too long ago about dial up. Now you have to watch the page load. Oh, no worries, Mark. Thank you. I really appreciate this. I like panning this stuff out. I don't want to pan it out all the time, but that's why I said in my video, this is like a one-time thing. I don't think people would be ordering this every month. I mean, maybe. I mean, I guess if you liked really hard Paydirt and you only could get one a month, this wouldn't be too bad. This would keep you busy for the month because you could just keep repanning it, seeing if you missed anything. I'm okay. I still have coffee, so. I appreciate you coming back, Mark. Appreciate it. And this is a good show, too, because most of it's going to be me panning. Very little of my ugly mug tonight, so. Just get to look at a blue pan and a lot of black sands. And hopefully in the end, a big, nice pile of gold. I even told myself last week I would move my light because the way my current light is, it comes down right here. And I need it to be like off to the side or way over here so it doesn't get right and I get a nice reflection on it when I'm panning. It makes the non-gold sparkly stuff sparkle even more. Dennis Hendrick, not sure if I said hi to you, but thank you for joining the show. I appreciate it. There we go. That's our current smile. Now let's cover it with dirt. Jason G, what's up, brother? With a big rat, there you go. All right, let's add some more material. Always lurking. That's okay, Carson. Oh, I might have added too much there. Speed panning in slow motion. This is slow panning in slow motion. Yeah, definitely added too much material, but oh well. This is one of those few times where it doesn't matter how much gold I miss, because I know it's going to be somebody else's problem. It's going to be one of my Patreon members' problems. They might quit my Patreon page if they win this, though. Hopefully you found some good gold out of it. What's up, Dean? I do know Vendetta has a little buddy. Little buddy Dream, Matt. And he is a Patreon member of mine. Maybe I'll rig it so he wins. The thing is, I'm sure the little buddy would probably capture most of the gold in this, but it's just because there's very little material, you know. I'm guessing, I don't know how much material it captures. I'm guessing it'll capture probably a good 2 or 3 ounces of material, and then you're still stuck with it. Yeah, YouTube doesn't allow you to do any cool stuff on their chat. David, how's it going, David? Mr. Offset Tales. I did message you back on Patreon. I never heard back from you, so. If you were wondering, I did reply to you. That's a lot of black sand. This is only a little bit of black sand. Look, I got a whole pan full of it. Kind of spilling off the side. So I have it sitting in another pan just so I don't lose any. I do have a review coming up, not this month, but next month, of the Cleanup Buddy. But I'm doing it a little bit different than a typical equipment review. No worries, no worries. I figured you were doing something that was more important than replying to me. But yeah, I do have a Cleanup Buddy video coming up, and I guess it's essentially going to be 2 months, because it's going to be the end of last week in August, the last Saturday in August. Get back in there. On the bottom. But this is non-magnetic because it's mostly tin. So, look, I haven't even checked. Let's see. Yeah, nothing. Nada. I mean, it's got a little bit. final cleanup, maybe. Well, once I'm done with my review, I will be giving away my cleanup buddy. So maybe HD will win it. Did you really, HD? Man, I got no notification on that. You should have let me know. I definitely hung out, at least for a little bit. Rubber Ducky Prospecting, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. So that's the one good thing about my chat, always saying hi to everybody. A lot of times I miss somebody joining chat, then I see other people saying hi to them, so. You're welcome, PA. It's been a while. You probably have a whole bunch of mail just stacked up waiting for you. Come on. Yeah. All the black sands, anything that was all minus 40. This is all just fine, super fines. So essentially, if you get one of these, everything under 40 mesh is just black sands and tin and, like he says, Satan's dirt. And everything over 40 mesh was pretty much just all the blondes and the stuff that muddied and the dirt up, the water up, and all the organics. $73. It's been a while since we've had 73, I think. All right. I know Mary was supposed to send me a sticker in a bag. I've soon forgotten. Charles King, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Oh, better late than never. What I should have done is I should have weighed up the material wet to see how much I had, so I could have kept going back so I'd know, like, okay, we're down from 12 ounces to 11 ounces now. You were going for like 15 minutes, Vo-Gus. What did you just go do? Shoot an Uzi and just like one clip and run away? Idaho Jeff, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I mean, Vo-Gus did just leave like 30 minutes ago, tops, right? I don't know what gun range he goes to. All right, one clip, that's it, and you gotta go. Yeah, the only thing, like I said, I like better than black sands and gold is garnets and gold, and fine garnet sands. All right, there you go. Yeah, gold tends to like to hide where it's a pain in the butt to get it out. I love black sands if there's gold in it. One of my friends sent me what was it? I mean, it had to be like 3 pounds, 4 pounds of black sands. He'd went to a place in North Carolina. It was like a private claim. And he ran a dredge there, or a high bank. He ran a high banker there all day. And so he had a good 4 or 5 pounds of black sands, but he didn't see any gold. So he sent it to me. He said, "Will you pan it out, see how much gold I found?" Panned it all out, one piece of gold. And the worst part about it was the piece of gold was half mercury, half gold. I mean, it was the tiniest little, you know, -40 piece of gold. Took me, I think, 3 days of panning to get it all done. Oh, the flower gold wizards? Yeah, maybe. I haven't used mine yet. I do have one. It's actually, I'm going to be reviewing the flower gold wizards one, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. So I do plan on using my flower gold wizards. We'll see how it does. I'm excited for it. It's definitely some of the coolest packaging, that's for sure. Everyone's doing shameless plugs today. And just in case anyone doesn't know, you can always go check out my website, millerprospecting.com. And thank you again, Wesley. Thank you. I like fine gold, but I love chunky nuggets. So when people are thinking about sending me stuff, don't think, well, Dylan likes fine gold. We're going to send him some fine gold. I love me some chunky nuggets too. I will say with the Flower Gold Wizards sluice, anyone that has it, it comes in pieces and you have to assemble it, and I'm scared. I would say as soon as I read the instructions, I was like, oh Lord, I'm gonna break this. But yeah, so like 2 weeks, something like that, I'll have my review up. I need to reassemble. I disassembled my testing jig so I could give it a deep cleaning. I haven't put it back together yet, so. There you go. It's actually on my community tab, David. It's actually on my community tab. So if you're on YouTube on my channel, just go to my community tab. You can get 10% off the Arbor Freight classifier. Yeah, probably once a year I look at the Arbor Freights and I'm like, man, I need 3 of these. Since I keep my Tuesday tailings, I do classify it down to 3, plus 10, minus 10, just my typical ones. So I was like, man, it'd be so easy if I had 3 of these, but that's $300, and I don't need to separate dirt that much. If you're gonna be on the river and you just wanted one, I would definitely. If I was gonna be on the river, I would get one. These little plastic ones that just barely sit in a bucket, they don't do anything. And I've got one of the plastic deep ones, and those are even horrible because once you get them in the bucket, they're pretty much stuck in the bucket. You can't turn it, you can't do anything. They get stuck. All right. I think we're gonna add some more material. Let's see. There we go. We got a lot of gold in there. Some chunkies. Yep. Just disturbed it. Decided to start trying to float. But yeah, let's add some more material. Does it wear out? I mean, you'd have to be using some big old cobbles to wear it out, I think. I mean, I can't see the Arbor Freight wearing out faster than the plastic ones. All right, too much water. We got a time limit, so at some point I'm gonna just start shaking this pan like crazy and just calling it a day. I have no qualms about saying I got defeated by Paydirt. I've done it before with the 9-finger mining Paydirt. I have been bested before, and I'll be bested in the future. Especially when I've got time limits. That's how 9-finger got me. What was his time limit? Like 30 minutes or something crazy like that? Maybe it was an hour. But yeah. Leslie, oh, I do have patience. I love panning. I could do this all day. But like I said, as long as there's gold, I don't mind doing this if I see gold at the end. The worst thing is doing, like I say, a big pile of black sands like this and seeing no gold. Oh. Who was it? It was the Australian seller last year that I can't. Luckily, they've closed. They have since closed. I looked them up the other day and I saw they did close. But there was Australian Paydirt I did last year, 2 bags of it. And it probably was about half this material, but it was some tough stuff to pan. But both bags had 0 gold in them. And when I emailed them, they're like, "Oh, well, we just get the dirt out of the ground, and if you get gold, you get gold." It's like, wow. Yeah, I could get dirt too. It'd come out of my backyard. I guarantee it won't have any gold. Yeah, yeah, I like all gold. I like all gold. But if I want something relaxing, sitting with an easy bag of pay dirt, 5 minutes later you're done. You know, bag like this you can spend all day. Just listening to the radio. Oh, Tim, that reminds me. Text me, send me a message after this. I got a picture. I took a picture of how much gold I recovered. I totally forgot I was supposed to send you the picture. I hope I didn't delete it. I was deleting some pictures the other day. Oh man, I hope I didn't delete it. But I took a picture of how much gold I recovered out of your bag. So make sure you text me after the live show. Yep. Yeah, all gold is from outer space, but pretty much everything is from outer space at some point. No, when I delete stuff, I delete my folder too. That's the first thing I do is I don't know why, but it's just habit. If I go to my if I delete a whole bunch of pictures, because I save a lot of my pictures, like, from my old when I'm taking pictures of the Tuesday bags or whatever, or pictures of my ugly mug to put in thumbnails and stuff like that. And I edit a lot of my pictures, like the Vo-Gus picture I edited on my phone. Then when I delete them, I immediately just go to my recently deleted folder and delete everything. So it should be there. I don't remember seeing it when I was deleting a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm an old man and I'm senile, so. I am Zaxxon in the house. Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Yeah. Well, Polly's been saying he's going to put out some pay dirt for a year now, so. Well, I'll be curious to see. What's up, Flash in the Pan? How's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. We'll have to finish this next Tuesday. No, I'm gonna be here till 9. I don't have to call my kids till 9 tonight. I mean, I'm gonna text them later and tell them to call them late. So, because this is my only day this week without my kids, so because of Father's Day. So, I had them yesterday and I'm getting them tomorrow. So today's my only day, so I'm gonna tell them I'm doing this till 9. I love them, but this is Paydirt, Australian Paydirt. They can wait. So, But once it hits like 8:15, we're definitely gonna have to start speeding stuff up. That's right. It definitely is a community. 99% awesome people. Then there's the 1% like reason. All right. Since it's 7:30 and I can see the other pan on how much gold dirt's in there, we're definitely gonna have to start speeding it up a little bit. But and again, it doesn't matter how much gold I miss because I'm gonna be taking all this dirt. I did save the gold from the review, and I'll be drying out this dirt, separating it 50-50, taking all the gold, dividing it up 50-50, and making 2 bags of Paydirt or jars of Paydirt because I will be putting them back in the Vo-Gus containers. And I won't be taping it. And those will be 2 rewards for my Patreons this month. So they will be the all-around prize that everyone will get an entry on. So if you're a Patreon member, you might hate me if you win. Just don't cancel your membership. Give it to somebody else that you dislike. Well, I appreciate you joining the show, Cummeridge. Well, maybe, David, maybe. Then it doesn't even have to go through customs. I already know, though, it's probably going to be someone that's not on the show that doesn't join the live shows very much. Because then they're going to just see this and they'll be like, oh, with the little letter I sent, and they're going to start panning it. They're going to be like, okay, I need to cancel my membership. Why is he sending me this? Is there even any gold in here? And again, a huge shout out to Mark. I don't know if he wants me to say his last name. Probably nobody could figure out which Mark I'm talking about, but thank you very much for sending me this, Mark, and letting me know that Vo-Gus had Paydirt. Yeah, like I said, most of the people in the community are just awesome. I mean, you get a couple, just anything. You'll get the ones. Usually they don't stick around too much, but, All right. Let's see. Yeah, Alaska's got some nasty, depending on where you're at, it's got some nasty flower gold. Sorry for laughing, Alan. That sucks. I have done that before. I have woken myself up by falling off the couch or, you know, having my foot fall off the couch and nail the table or something. All right. Doesn't look like we're adding much to this gold. I need more gold in that pile. Oh, I see. See, there's a whole bunch of gold in that black sand. You see that? There's a whole bunch of gold just waiting to get in my pan. Okay, we're going to add a little bit of that because I need that gold in my pan. There we go. Oh, I appreciate it, Mark. This is awesome. I enjoy panning this. Now, afterwards, I might be, upset if we go to weigh this and I found like 0.2. Mhm. Alaska's famous for putting gold in. That's their roads are made out of gold. Just keep panning it. That's my advice. Just always just keep panning. Because you'll learn from your mistakes and, see what you're, you know, if you're panning something and it's flat gold, you'll see how it travels a lot. But when I first started panning like 10 years ago, and I'd buy a bag of pay dirt, maybe a pound, and I'd pan it out. And I'd buy another pound, pan it out. Then I'd put the pounds together, repan it both out to see how much I missed, and I'd be panning the same material out a year later. Yes, we have gone back to Australia, Sean. The Vo-Gus pay dirt. You know, I know Vo-Gus didn't like time this till next year. It would have been awesome if he would have released his pay dirt in like December, so I could have started next year with it. But pan it all at once. No, it wouldn't fit in the pan. If I put it all in here, it'd probably half the pan. I just wouldn't be able to wash it back enough. Mm. Dirt remain unchanged. I'm adding more dirt to it. I'm washing some away, adding more to the pan. If you were a Patreon member and you saw my IV pay dirt, it's kind of like that. You pan, just add a little bit more. What TV show is that from? Oh, I have no idea. And Sean McClellan, thank you for joining the show. I appreciate it. I don't know if I said hi to you, but yeah, I always highly suggest classifying. Gold does like to sit behind a big rock while you're panning out the fine stuff. So typically, if you want anything 40 mesh to me, anything over 40 mesh should be pretty easy to pan out. Anything below 40 mesh. And then just work it slow. What else? What's some other tips? Um, Try not to cry if it gets too hard, like Vo-Gus said, because then you can't see. Your eyes get all blurry. They get all red. And don't. One of the things is, I know some people won't do it, but don't be afraid to reset your pan. Like if you've spent 5 minutes moving everything around, getting it, and you're getting ready to do this, and for whatever reason the goal just didn't want to go where you're at, just reset. Don't worry about it. Just go back to tapping it, getting it the way you want it. Because sometimes gold and the material just won't move. Man, there's nothing you can do. You just got to keep resetting it, shaking it, moving it around until it finds that perfect groove where it wants to start moving for you. Oh no, Dib, what's wrong? My ugly mug's not on here, so it's probably I'm not breaking it with my face. Yeah, see, none of this is magnetic, so you can't even cheat with this stuff. All right. Ooh, I need some more coffee. All right, we're getting there. I think we're officially halfway through. I wouldn't doubt it. My cat might be upstairs just gnawing away on the Ethernet cable. That's it. Magnets are replacing things on the fridge. Though I will say I have used a magnet before. Very rarely. And usually it's only during a live show when I'm running out of time. And thank you for dropping the link, Donna. I appreciate it. And again, if you're late, if you haven't seen it earlier, one of my wonderful mods just dropped the hidden link. If you haven't already posted a comment, make sure you post a comment. I'll be giving away spot number 9 tonight for my upcoming giveaway, where I'm giving away a 1-ounce silver bar from Vendetta Prospecting. And it's spot number 9 out of 10. So the raffle's almost full. Either that, Wesley, or find a way to make magnetic material stick to something that you wanted it to stick to, so then it would be magnetic. You know, kind of like mercury with gold, but mercury is toxic and horrible and stuff like that. But if you just had an inert chemical that you could say, here, drop this in here, it'll attach to all the gold and then become magnetic. There you go. Then you got something. And even if it wasn't gold, even if you just said tin, if you said, okay, I'm going to dump a whole bunch of this in this bucket, and it's going to make all the tin magnetic, we could pull it out and put another chemical in here to remove all the stuff, make it non-magnetic, so it drop off. Reason. All right. Yeah. So what's everyone's guess? How much am I going to recover? Guaranteed 1 gram. One pass at this. Mm. Yeah. Either one. How much gold or how much my sanity? Oh, y'all are very optimistic. Yeah. There's lots of places with lots of quartz that have 0 gold. So till you see gold, that's when you know if there's good gold. 1 point. Y'all are. I'm not thinking one. I was thinking under a gram for sure. Yeah. There you go. I remember his gold plated AK. As long as you're finding gold, be happy. There's a lot of places that people pan all day and don't find anything. So if you're seeing gold, that's always a good sign. 0.095. Oh, Joseph, ye of very little faith. He doesn't think I'm finding anything. He's like, Dylan already blew it all back into the water. The thing that was deceiving is in the review, you can't really. I probably should have. Maybe one of these days I'll have to get like a. The only smallest classifier I have is a -40. I think I might have a -50 somewhere. But I should get like a -100. So people could see how much of it was -100. And it's always at fine gold. It doesn't seem like much, but it'll add up sometimes. That's it, Robert. It'll make you go crazy so then the animals can sneak up on you easier. All right. All right, let's add some more. Oh, we're doing a good job. I will say, Australia Paydirts seem to be catching up more with American Paydirts, where they're starting to make, a few years ago when I did Australian Paydirts, they were, 50%, I think, was about the highest ROI you could get, maybe 60%. But now they're starting to get some decent Paydirt sellers in Australia. You typically can't, Dean. It's just what'll happen is when you get to like minus 300, minus 400, if there was one piece, you wouldn't see it. So you need a whole bunch of it just to kind of crowd up in your pan so then you can kind of see a golden smile. Just like if you're looking in your on your floor, you might not see one ant, but if there was a line of ants, then you'll see them. Yeah, those pesky bears. No worries, Rich. I appreciate you lurking. All right, we got what? Hey, 40 minutes to knock the rest of this out. Then we have to dry it, weigh it. That's what I said, Vo-Gus. Yeah, it's summertime. That's when the ants come back. It's summer. They start coming, looking around for everything. Ants and fruit flies. Nothing, neither both of them, and mosquitoes. Summertime. I'd rather deal with the ants and the fruit flies than the mosquitoes. So, though they tend to leave me alone. So, they love my son. So, I just go outside with my son. They'll all go after him. Just start early, Chris. See if you can't make them run. He'll set them targets a lot faster if he hears bolts starting to get pulled back. That's weird, Deb. I don't know. As long as you got chat, everyone just start telling you what's going on. Hey, Wanda, how are you tonight? Thank you for joining the show. Oh, I'm gonna be live in 15. Well, there you go. Yeah, don't you love those YouTube notifications? I get them all the time. Like, oh, so and so, they just dropped a brand new video, and I'll go and it'll be like from 3 days ago, and I'm like, yeah, thank you. You know, who was it? It was somebody's premiere did that the other day. It said somebody's video was going premiere. I think it might have been Vendetta. And I was like, awesome. And then I go, and it had been 3 days earlier. I was like, okay, thank you, YouTube. Nailed it. Oh, that gold did not sit down. Y'all see that all on the top? The gold. Justin, yeah. Australia's pretty strict with their gun laws, which is weird considering as many things that are on in Australia that want to kill you. They just don't want guns to be one of them. Probably because someone like me, if guns were really accessible in Australia, I'd be like shooting everything thinking it was a snake, just nonstop. You wouldn't want to be in a camp with me, or you'd end up with a hole in your foot. All right, got a little bit more go-go juice. Some lively chat tonight, and I apologize if I don't catch everything in chat tonight. Little preoccupied. Mark sent me the Satan's Paydirt. You remember when I was married, my One of my brother-in-laws lives in Australia. I remember one time we were on the phone with them, and I guess him and his kids and stuff were in the backyard, and he's like, "Oh, hold on, brown snake in the backyard. We gotta go inside. Give us a minute." He was like, "Yep, gotta wait till it wanders off." I was like, "No." I'd be like, "I'd be moving." Yeah, this is definitely Paydirt that if you like spending a long time panning, this is definitely some stuff that would keep you busy for a long time. Especially since you can definitely pan it out a second and third time. All right, I think I need to add some more dirt. I think we might just add all of it now. Yeah. Yeah, what was it, that couple that recently, I don't know if it was Alaska or somewhere, that they found on the trail and the bear got them and they both had bear spray and they were both empty. Bear was just like, keep spraying it, keep spraying it. It was a sad occurrence, but bear spray, it's just like pepper spray. Some people don't mind pepper spray. Just you spray it on them and they're perfectly fine. So, all right. There we go. My email, yeah. All right, so this is the last of the material. That's still a good chunk of black sands. Yeah, as I was thinking, a mini blowtorch or something. Everything's scared of fire. you know, I don't think there's a thing out there that's not scared of fire. So, some a couple cans of Aquanet and a good lighter. But I do know sometimes the chat will go at different sync than, because I've seen it on people's lives where the chat isn't the same as the live show. All right, Jason. We're gonna be here probably still though. We got 30 minutes. Get rid of all this black sand. So, and hopefully not too much of the gold. Uh, Gotta reset. Ah, come on. Yeah, more commercials suck. Has anyone gotten a commercial tonight on this live? Because I keep seeing on my screen YouTube prompting me, telling me to put an ad in. So, well, that's it. You didn't say you had an ad blocker. That's probably it. You know, YouTube's putting all kinds of stuff now, going crazy, trying to get rid of ad blockers. All right, that's good. Yeah, because it's not supposed to be running any ads. So I don't mind one. I know they put one at the beginning. I think I have it set up so it only puts ones in at the beginning and the end. Yeah. Yeah, I did away with ad blockers a long time ago on YouTube. It's not worth it. They managed to get the ads in anyway. And a lot of the bigger YouTubers now don't even care about ads because they're doing their own sponsors now. You know, you gotta if they got a 30-minute video of 10 minutes that them talking about, Raid of Shadows or, some brand new dog food. Easy peasy, that's it. And I've said it a few times. I remember one time me and my son were watching something and I kind of zoned out. We were watching something on YouTube, or he wanted to watch something, so I kind of zoned out. And I had the remote and he kept, Dad, Dad, Dad. And I was like, what? And he's like, are you going to watch the whole commercial? And it was a 2 hour ad. It was literally a movie ad. I mean, I don't know what they were selling. I'm guessing it was some, FBA, Amazon, something or another, but it was just crazy. And it was like a 25-minute video we were watching that had a 2 hour ad in it. Hmm. I don't know, Dib. I'm not good with all this tech stuff. I plug in my computer, tell it to go live, and that's about it. We're still, this is the last of it, though. So we're down to the last of it. Remember, I used to date a girl, and her nickname, this is the one she told me she had all her friends called her, was Momo. And then the next girl I dated after her, she told me her nickname that people called her was Mojo. I was like, oh, no, no, no. Y'all were just trying to get me confused to start saying the wrong nickname at the wrong time. Like, not using that with either one of y'all. Yeah, definitely safety meetings tonight. Lots of them. I heard you. Yeah, they were both monsters. That's for sure. Dang it. Well, no, that was an old Louisiana girl. It was Momo followed by her last name, but I don't want to say it. You know, if I'd have said the last name, you'd know she was from the South. But she seems to be doing good. Last time I talked to her, she married and she's been married for 25 years, probably now. 20 years. Something crazy like that. Hold on. Um, I don't know if I have a favorite Paydirt. I don't know. I mean, I have a lot of favorite Paydirt sellers, and typically, if I'm panning something, so I do pan when it's not a Tuesday and I'm not shooting a video, but typically that's usually a Paydirt. So, like, say if I see a new seller, and this happened, I guess, a couple months ago. There was a new seller out. I can't remember their name now, but I had a secret shopper buy 2 bags of their Paydirt. And it sat on my shelf and it sat on my shelf. And about 6 months later, I was like, okay, I'm ready to review them. I look up their website to check their price and everything, and they had closed up. They were out of business. So then that's what I panned out. You know, I panned out one month and one the next month. But typically, I don't buy too much Paydirt from sellers that, I will. I will say the last Paydirt I bought that was strictly me buying it, no secret shopper to pan out, which I ended up doing it on a live show, was Mammoth Gold Nuggets. And before that, it was Gold Nugget Man. But I guess if they sold it year round, it might be Yukon Alley. It might be. If I had to probably pick somebody that I really know I'm going to enjoy their Paydirt and it's a nice price Paydirt, it would probably be Yukon Alley. Free is a good one. No. But just because Yukon Alley has beautiful gold, I like her gold. She's got, it's not been cleaned. And if you get a bag of hers, she'll have chunky gold in it. So you can, pan it out one time and probably find 90% of what you were guaranteed. And then you'll find another 0.20% or 25% of super fines that are super tough to pan out. So yeah. All right. I've got about 10 minutes and I've got to take a break to text my kids. But then we'll keep going. I'm just going to keep the show going until we finish panning it. I ate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before the live show, so I'm not starving. Yeah, definitely a long show. I knew it was going to be a long show as soon as I did the. Actually, I figured it was going to be a long show once I read Vo-Gus's description, since he spent so much time telling you how difficult. And I wasn't sure, but I've seen Vo-Gus's videos. I've seen some of his panning videos, so I figured if he said it was going to be rough, it was going to be rough. I will never forget, and this is nothing against Dill. I like Dill a whole bunch, but the owner of Kenai Paydirt, I remember he was one of the first ones to come out with a bag of Paydirt that was called the Impossible bag. And it was supposed to be really, really hard Paydirt. And I reviewed it. And it was hard Paydirt. And then I guess it was like a year later, I went to go do another review on it. And all the gold was like 20 mesh, 30 mesh gold. And I was like, what the? So I gave it a bad review because I was like, one, the ROI wasn't very good, but it never was. But it wasn't even challenging. I was like, this is just easy. And I remember he even said after the, video, he left a comment and he even said that he had so many complaints that people couldn't find the gold that he put bigger gold in it. Like, well, that kind of defeats the purpose. No. But I figured this one would be hard, so I figured it was going to be a longer show. I wasn't sure where you were going with that, David. I was like, Ben something with the starts with a DRIN. And then a whole bunch of jibber jabber. I was like, maybe he's gonna say been drinking? But it's much better that you've been driving. All right. This pile's working its way down. It was probably Ed, yeah. But what's funny is it wasn't like the only. There was a couple. I forget who else did a hard bag that really wasn't hard. Like it was just black sands with gold in it. Like you would get in their normal bag of Paydirt, like all the same sizes. I think it was Conan and his across the pond. I think his hard Paydirt too is the same way. where he just took his regular gold from like 3 different classifications and put it in a whole bunch of black sands and was like calling it a day. So I appreciate some hard Paydirt. I used to like Kenine. Kenine Paydirt used to be one of my favorites, and they would have been on my top 10 if I had a top 10 back then. But ever since he bought the pawn shop, once he bought the pawn shop, which is good because, you know, Paydirt's not going to make you rich selling Paydirt. But once he bought the pawn shop and added in that crazy shipping charges he adds now, it went downhill. Because all his Paydirt was pretty much the same price it is now, but there was no shipping. So you got good ROIs. Then he added the weird shipping where you're paying $11, you know, for a 1 gram bag, and you know, yeah. This stuff is hard, Refotrus. I'm telling you, I would speed through this if I could. All right. You have a good one, Wrench. Keep lurking. You know what? Now that Vo-Gus isn't here and he's shooting, I should dump like 10 grams of gold in here. Just fill this thing up. When he comes back later, he'll be like, "What? Why is there so much gold in there?" Even though I don't really have 10 grams of gold. I don't have 10 grams of fine gold. I have enough to make my Patreon pay dirt this month, but he'd start double checking his material before he started making pay dirt again. Like, how did he find 11 grams? Amazing. Oh, my eyes are starting to cross. I only have around 47 grams, so that's about 4 times as much as me. For my Patreon, I need about 15 grams a month, something around there. So. I know. But you never know, because I remember Allison, I remember talking to her one time, and she was getting messages from people about all the gold they were finding, and she was like, "Uh-oh, we need to start double checking what we're doing." It reminds me, I need to message her because I talked to her a few weeks back, and she was getting ready to do a blitzkrieg of Paydirts. She's gonna have a weekend of sales, and then it just kind of fell through. She must have hit the gold or something. Either she hit the gold, which I'm hoping, or something major broke down. Quadruple dog dare me. Yeah. I don't do dares anymore. When I was a kid, when I was younger, yeah, I'd do any dare. And I went to jail a lot. Well, that and, you know, got hurt a lot, and drunk a lot, and all kinds of things, you know. 'Cause Dylan wasn't too bright, and, you know, someone dare you, hey, I bet you can't chug a bottle of Jack. Dylan will chug a bottle of Jack, don't you worry. And I woke up 2 days later regretting it. It's none of it's magnetic wheezing. That's the problem. That's it. That's what's magnetic. That little bit. All that material. And you can see it's even a different color. So, like, y'all can't see it on here, but so you get the black sands, and then you can see that there is like a silvery layer, which I'm guessing is mostly the tin. Wake up. Well, I've got my coffee. I knew I made sure. And I didn't even put any milk or anything in it because I was like, I got to keep it piping hot and black. So, I still got a wee bit left too. Oh, here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to take a break for a second, text my kids. So y'all can just look at the black sands for a second. Pop up chat on my computer so I can see it. Well, at least you get to watch it on the live show, gentlemen. So you got to see what you missed. All right, there we go. All right, let's knock this out. All right. Well, I was hoping the black gold would wander off while I was busy. Like maybe it'd just be like, let's go somewhere else and leave the gold. We're sick of being around it, but nope. We're still friends. Yeah, that reminds me of the HD bucket or the tote of Paydirt, the tote of dirt. Sent me that thing of Paydirt wants to go through. Had a nice bit of gold in it. All right, we're gonna knock the rest of this out, get the gold out, dry it up, weigh it up, and then cry a whole bunch. And just remember, if you're a Patreon member, this nightmares could be yours. Actually, two of my Patreon members, this nightmare could be yours. So, I'll probably go to somebody that's been complaining they ain't won in a while. Like, dang it, I didn't want to win this. I wanted to win some easy Paydirt. Just take the gold. There you go. I haven't seen any gold in a while. I might have just already washed it all away. Oh, there's some gold. Yeah. Yeah, we've been going back to Australia for a while now, Nightbot. 2.5 hours now. Well, except for ugly mug time in the early beginning, but solid 2 hours. Just sluice it. I know it's like it's all black sand, so you can literally I could if I would have videotaped this, I could cut it every 5 minutes and swap all the different parts, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, and I don't think anyone would know that I edited the video. Cause it's just black sands and it's the same motion over and over and over. As you can see, now we're down to like all the tin stuff. The gold just doesn't sink. And that's the chunky gold. Fine gold don't sink either. I know, Wesley. I was saying that last Tuesday. It's so stupid, especially like I'm watching on my phone. I'm watching chat on my phone. I can't see. I have to wait for somebody else to message. When I see, something new pops up, I can't read it. I have to wait for somebody else to post. I hate the heart. It's the stupidest thing, and nobody uses it. I mean, I watch a lot of live shows, and I've never seen people hit it. I don't know. But the next time YouTube sends me surveys all the time as a creator, I'm gonna have to next start complaining. Every one of them, get rid of the stupid heart thing. Make a hashtag for it. Get rid of the heart. Isn't it the whole reason that you have a thumb tab? Make it so you have to click on the person's name, then give the option for a heart or something like that. But I know, Wesley. Everyone's talking about guns, and I have no clue what they're talking about. My gun knowledge is extremely limited. I used to play with guns a lot when I was probably like 18 or 19. A lot of my friends had guns, and that was it. You know. Since then, nothing. So. All right, we just need that out of here. Oh, but there's some over here too. So. Well, everyone should use the heart when Carson shows up. Now, I like Zorlich. Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Justin. Yeah, everywhere I've ever lived, there's never been really a need. You know, New Orleans doesn't have a big need for a gun unless you're shooting other people, and Angola is probably one of the worst prisons you can go to, so you don't want to shoot anybody. You know, no wild animals in New Orleans. There's no wild animals in Indiana. 0.95. That's much better than the 0.95. Jason. No, no gators in New Orleans. Well, there might be, but that's because somebody silly went and got one and put it in their pool or their fish tank. But no. The only thing you got to worry about is other people with guns in New Orleans and drunks that are from out of town getting on your nerves. That's about it on Bourbon Street. But nope. Then again, if you go fishing in some of the little canals, they got some big old catfish in New Orleans that wouldn't you might have to shoot if you got too close to them. Yeah, especially I've seen some that had tumors as big as me. You don't know that tumor might have started taking over their mind, made them smarter. I don't know if they still do it, but I know when I was younger, one of the big things we used to do was go to Angola. Used to do a rodeo every year. And those used to be good because it was just all the prisoners doing crazy stuff with crazy bulls to try and win at like $10. Like they used to have the poker table where all four of them would sit, four of the prisoners would sit at a table, and the last one to get up would get like $10. Then they had poker chips that they would tie, and they drill a hole in a poker chip, and they put a couple of them on the bull, like on a string between the bull's horns, and everyone you could grab would get you like, $5 or $10. And the prisoners would just charge at the bull and take a gore just so they could get $10 because, it was all people that didn't have friends or anything to put money in their commissary. So if they had good behavior, they'd sell you wallets and stuff they'd make all year long. But I don't know if they still do it anymore. Yeah, it's Lake Pontchartrain. That's not how it's spelled, but yeah. There's lots of gold in Florida. It's just all in the shape of coins. And it's all right off the beach. You just have to go looking for it. All right, Dib. Well, I appreciate you hanging in there, brother. I really do. Hopefully next time it works for you. Might be because it's such a long stream. Yeah, by June I'll be finished with this Paydirt too. All right, Dib. That's it, TM. It was essentially like that, but in Angola they used to do poker chips. So they put a piece of string in between the bull's horns with the poker chip on it. Man, those dudes just didn't care. They were like, I've been stabbed a couple of times in prison. That bull ain't got nothing on me. And they would do it, and it wasn't that much money. I mean, I don't remember how much it was, but it just, to me, it was always like, that's just definitely not enough. Like $1,000 wouldn't be enough for me to run at a bull and try and grab some money between its horns. And it does sound interesting about the hourglass. I mean, I would imagine it would just go at whatever normal rate it would anyway, though, unless you added like vibrations to it. Because the gold's just not going to, you could put gold on top of black sands and it's just going to stay on the top of the black sands until, you know, something makes it move. Yeah, there's lots of gold now. Just give it to Wheeze and that's it. That's what everyone says. Yeah, just hit me up on Facebook after or chat, messenger, whatever. I'll be getting ready to go cook, so not gonna be a long chat, but I'll send you the picture if I haven't deleted it. I think you'll find it amusing. And I'm gonna probably put everyone to sleep. There's probably only gonna be 10 people left in chat by the time show's over. Yeah, well, yeah. If they put a gold chip, now you're talking. If they put like a gold poker chip, then I might go for it. I mean, I'm old. I got good insurance. you know, I just go straight at him with my knees forward. So if he hits anything, he's just gonna be hitting some titanium knees. you know. Yep, still panning, but we're almost done. We're almost done, Charles. Hey, Matthew. Yeah, almost missed it. Been going for 2.5 hours now panning. So I think this is definitely the longest I've ever been panning on alive. And we've had a couple where it was about an hour and a half of panning, and then I've, just ended the show. But this is definitely the longest. Yeah. I did say almost done 2 days ago. I know my chat on my phone is going crazy. It just showed 57, then it jumped to 76, and then it jumped back down to 52, and now it's at 72. And how does it go up by 24 in like a minute and then everyone leaves? That must have shown they must have shown that to a whole bunch of kids playing Fortnite. Like, oh, somebody's live. Oh, let's watch that. Oh, wait, he's not playing Fortnite. Run. I did. I remember I almost did. I almost did a 24-hour live stream last year. Um, I was going to do the whole thing. I had talked to two other people that do lives, and we were going to split up the lives to 8 hours in between, like we, take breaks all the time. But then one of my friends convinced me not to do it, and it would, but This year I might do a 12-hour stream. I have thought about redoing it where it'd be a 12-hour stream with just me. But we'll see. Do like one of those cause videos, help out a charity. I see 2 gold pans. I did. You saw it? I moved my train. I was like, train, I don't care if people see the train or not. Has it gone up though? This being such a long show, I wish I'd have tracked it because I do use the gold spot does go up. I know I checked gold spot about an hour before the show and it was $74.90. So if somebody wants to check. Oh, come on, go back. Yeah, live streams do count towards watch hours because that's why I know some people what they do to get their channel monetized. They just do really long, but you have to also have views. But they'll do like long live shows. They'll just do live shows for 12 hours. Most of the time they're not even on it. There's just no. It'd be if I did a 12-hour show, it'd be a whole bunch of Paydyrts. Because if I did it last time, I was going to have, like X number of bags per, like, time slot. So it'd be like one bag would get, 2 hours that was donated. So I'd talk about the Paydirt seller and this, and then we'd give away the gold I found at the end. So there would be multiple giveaways during the show. Oh, 18 minutes? Have I? Oh, then, see? Y'all complaining. I've only been doing this for 18 minutes. I churned through this. This stuff is like cotton candy. Easiest Paydirt. Vo-Gus. What's he talking about hard? 18 minutes and look what I did. Watch me drink out. There used to be, I don't remember his name, but I remember there was a kid that came along and joined the community. He was trying to he did a couple Paydirt reviews. Young kid. He was like 12 or 13 or something like that. And that's how he was getting all his views. Is he would just do a live show every single day. And nobody would watch him. He'd just sit there all day and just be looking on his computer at stuff. Yeah, they keep making it harder and harder and harder to be monetized, and people keep finding different ways to kind of like, you know, cheat at it or get better at getting monetized. But YouTube then changes it and makes it even different. Because I know it used to just be like when I got monetized, you only had to have it was based on the number of subscribers you had and the watch time. That was it. And then I know they started doing like the watch time within a certain time limit, too. Like you had to have X number of hours watched before, within 30 days. But I haven't looked in years now. I will tell you this though. Getting monetized means nothing. YouTube pays nothing. Unless you get 1 million views on your video, YouTube, it's pennies. Pennies, pennies, pennies. Yeah, StreamYard's just how you connect to YouTube Live. There's StreamYard, OBS, and there's another one too. There's a couple of them, but StreamYard and is it Streamlabs and then OBS? Streamlabs just uses OBS, but it adds to it. Oh no, even my phone's getting ready to die. I'm taking so long doing this. Spot, I'll take it if Spot gets up to $100 before I'm finished panning this. I won't be doing very many reviews anymore if it gets to $100 though. I'll be reviewing quarter-gram bags. Yeah, the reason most people use StreamYard over OBS, because I like OBS better than StreamYard, but OBS you can't have people join in the show. It's solo only. So most people that use StreamYard are all, everyone, so you can have multiple people on the live show. Oh, it's not a penny every minute. You're talking about probably the ad revenue from this video, this live show will probably be a penny for the 3 hours that I've been here. That's about how much YouTube is probably going to pay me for this. And that's if I was placing ads. And I'm not placing ads. I'm blocking the ads. So, but if I let YouTube place ads in this, I would probably make a penny off this entire 3-hour live show. Three grain bag. I will say that's one thing. Sellers that put grains, I just in my head, I just know it's going to be a bad bag. Yeah, OBS, you have to have a really good computer. Because that's why I had to double my RAM on my laptop just to make sure I could run StreamYard without it taking up all my resources. But like my computer that I have that's in my studio, that's the only thing on it. I have it's bare bones. I deleted 99% of the stuff I could off of the laptop. Then I put on OBS and I doubled the RAM. But when I was using my old computer, which is the same computer, it's just the one I used to use, and I had all my editing software and everything else on it, man, OBS used to crash all the time on me. It'd crash right before I was getting ready to live. So, yeah, you definitely need a much better computer if you're going to use OBS too. Mm. All right, we're going to finish this up. I'm going to get this gold out of here. I'm going to take a break for 5 minutes. I might have to mute my microphone so I can call my son real quick. Tell him good night before he goes to bed. I don't really have any issues with OBS anymore. I mean, since I made my laptop dedicated to nothing but OBS, I have to say it hasn't crashed on me in 2 years. The only time it has issues for me now is if I update it and I forget to restart my computer. And then sometimes what will happen is when you update OBS, it always makes you have to have the new drivers, like graphics driver and everything else like that. So then you have to go download those, and it's a huge hassle. So you always have to remember, like, to update OBS the day before you're going to do a live show, so then you can spend a whole day updating every other driver that they decided needs to be upgraded. Yeah, all things. Yeah, you have to just have something that's built just for that. Like I said, when I had all my editing software, all my Adobe, Photoshop, and all that on my other laptop, OBS would go crazy all the time. Yeah, I mean, I've got no issues with StreamYard. It's just, it's one of those things, once you get used to one system, you don't want to change. I've logged into StreamYard and it's just like, okay, I have to learn all this new stuff. Nope. Until OBS becomes too complicated for me to use, then I'll go to whichever one's simpler. Mm. Yeah, you're probably right, Revotress. I don't pay attention to YouTube. I don't look at my analytics. I don't look at the revenue. I just take their check every week and that's it. I don't. When I first started, I used to always look to see like which videos were getting how much and this one and that one. But I stopped worrying about that a long time ago. 95% of the money I make off of YouTube is people donating during my live shows and my Tuesday live shows. So I don't really care what YouTube pays me for the ads. I would turn off ads, except for YouTube's going to put ads on anyway. So, you can't even really turn it up. 74.82. It's went down. I'm losing money, Dylan. Paying faster. Yeah, but just get rid of this. Last this 10. This stuff does not want to move. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Refoachers. You'll make more money off of somebody tipping during a live stream than you ever will from YouTube ads. And then if you do get a video that does really, really good, YouTube's going to shadow ban you. Because even Clash said it. After he did his New York Street one, his views tanked on all his other videos. Like, tanked bad. Because YouTube stopped recommending him because they were cutting him a big check for his, New York gutter video. I never look at I haven't looked at my analytics in probably a year. I mean, every once in a while I'll look for something if it's something specific, like if I want to see, like a certain video, I want to see something about it that I'll be curious about. But other than that, I don't, you know, I do what makes me happy. I like making the videos I make. So that's all I worry about. People seem to enjoy my videos. I have Patreon members and subscribers, and people join my live show. So, yeah. I always figured if you look too much at analytics, you'll start changing stuff like, oh, this one did really good because of this. I'll change this up and change that up. Then you'll start changing what you do. But. Yeah, and then plus, then you have to believe YouTube, and we all know YouTube's kind of corrupt. I mean, you got to think. So back in the day, if somebody was making a ton of money, like some of these people who are really big YouTubers, they make more money off of YouTube than YouTube would ever pay them. So they didn't care if they got a million views because they might have sponsors or this or that, and they might make $1 million off their sponsors, and they might make $10,000 off of YouTube. So they didn't care. So then they all started demonetizing their channel. They started saying, well, we don't want ads run because they didn't care. They didn't need that YouTube money and they didn't want the ads. So now YouTube, they changed it. So now YouTube, even if you say, I don't want ads, they're going to put ads anyway. They're just not going to pay you. So. Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people do chase it, and you can tell which people do because their channels, they'll jump really, really quickly, and all their videos will pretty much be the exact same, Get out of there. You'll be like, why are they doing the same video? They just did that one a month ago. And why are they doing it again? It's because that's the one that analytics said was doing the best. Weeds. Yeah. There you go. That's it. Oh, well, YouTube's going to recommend anything with Fortnite in it. That's where all the kids are. All the kids are playing Fortnite. So, though I will say, I was in the solo tournament yesterday. So, and I was one spot away from qualifying for the later one, but I got on late. So. Yeah, that's the main thing for me is I don't, there's just some people like I always say, and this isn't anything bad about them, so please don't take it this way. Is you can tell Clash chases, what's going to bring him money in on his channel. Because I guarantee if you talk to Clash and you asked him if he could have any YouTube channel he wanted and it would make him the exact same money, it would be something to do with his guitars. You can tell that if you watch his Clash's other channel, his Clash Guitars channel, he has a passion for guitars, but just he's chasing money, so he'll make videos about everything else but guitars because, that's what he does. And there's nothing against that. It's just, I would never want to do that. I think it's just so much, do something you enjoy and, you might not make money off of it, but you'll be rich in happiness. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I always say. If people don't like my video, oh well. you know. You know, I just did. I mean, my last video where I came down hard on one of the Paydirt sellers, I had a couple people that were like, oh, you're just jealous of that person and this and this. It's like, no, I guarantee you I'm not. you know, I'm like, oh, No, one of them was really thorough about, like, oh, you're just doing this to try to grow your channel and stuff. I'm like, no, I would never try to grow my channel by being negative about somebody. I'm like, nope. Just being honest and, man, I cannot get this stuff to move. Move. I don't know if I've been watching him since before he did Paydirt reviews. And most of his channel, like in the beginning, was like coin roll hunting and things like that. And when that was really big, and then it kind of died off. And even if you look at his old Paydirt reviews, he didn't really put much into it until he did the $5,000 bucket, and it blew up and got him like 250,000 views. And then he really started going all in. He closed up his coin roll hunting channel, and he just started doing Paydirt reviews. And which is weird. I really enjoy his guitar channel when he was making guitar, because I like watching stuff that's not Paydirt, because I can't watch Paydirt reviews, because if I watch somebody else's review, I'll get biased until I've reviewed them. So, I watch a lot of the channels of people prospecting, but when I'm not watching those, I like all the weird ones. That's it, gentlemen. All right, I think that's as good as I'm gonna get it. Right. All right. All right, Kermudge in Alaska. Thank you for joining the show. I appreciate it. Yeah, I remember watching. I don't know if it was a live with Pauly or, and I actually like Pauly. I saw one of his shows where it was right when he got big, and where he really blew up. And I remember he was doing a video, and he was essentially asking people to start watching more of his videos and stuff like that, because he said he had hired a crew. Because before that, it was just him and his camera, so he'd go set up his camera, walk in front of it, do the video, walk back, pick up the camera, move it somewhere else, and keep doing all the shots. And he actually hired a production crew, where he hired people to carry his camera for him, to edit his videos for him, and make his thumbnails for him and stuff like that. And how when he did that, he needed his videos to start making more and more money and more views to pay for those people. And I was just like, why would you do that? I'm like, uh, man, then you're chasing views, and if you're chasing views, you're not going to be happy with it. So, but then again, I am excited for his Paydirt. I'll be curious to see that. Hmm. But he ended up getting the views. I know his views did jump up. I think he was just, it was one of those panics. I think he was just in a panic because, if all of a sudden, if you're spending just your own time to make a video, and let's say you make $1,000 off that video, and then you make 2 videos a month, you say, I'm making $2,000 a month. And then all of a sudden you say, well, let me go and, hire some people and spend 1,000. So you figure now I'll start making 4,000 a month. It's still 3,000 more than, and then all of a sudden you're not, the panic mode sets in and you're like, oh my gosh. But, his views increased and stuff. There we go. There's some gold. I'm going to scoop this up, dry it all off. So y'all be in chat for a minute. where it is. And then I'm going to take a 5-minute break while I call my son while we wait for the gold to cool off. Then we'll weigh it up and see what we get. Here, let me get my super spectacles on for a second. I know it looks pretty clean to me, but you know, I'm about to get it really up and close. Oh wow, that is not clean. All right. Talk amongst yourselves while I clean this up some more. Here, let's see if you can see it. But yeah, it still needs a little bit more cleaning, so I'm going to off camera clean it a little bit. Don't want to weigh up too many rocks, you know. Well, I appreciate that, John. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, everyone's going to agree on everything either, you know. There's Paydirt sellers that I dislike that I know people are going to like, and there's Paydirt sellers I really like that I know people aren't going to like, you know. You know, which again is why I use very set criteria, so, you know, I try not to be able to influence my scores by liking or disliking somebody. All right, I think that's good enough. I mean, it's not perfect, but since this is just going into somebody else's bag of Paydirt at the end of the month, so. Yeah, I've heard that a few times from people where he's not that apt to meet up with people. He's, you know, he's a very wants to mind his own business and, you know. Yeah, if I'm shooting a review, I make sure there's no black sands or anything left, you know. I mean, every once in a while there'll still be something and I'll miss it, and afterwards I'm like, dang it. But I don't need to be perfect for this one. All right. All right. Now gold. All right. Now I can catch up on chat again. Sorry if anyone said anything to me or had a question for me, I might have missed it when I was trying not to spill everything while I was sucking it up. Get the Vendetta straw, that's it. I hate panning silver, especially crystalline silver. Ugh. No, it's silver. Like, I don't mind a silver only bag of Paydirt. Like, that I don't mind. Because you know that's all you're looking for. But I don't want gold and silver. That's just always drives me crazy. All right. We'll let that cool off. Clean up my station a little bit while we wait for it to cool off. We're going to. I'm over. I gave away all my silver already. All right. I'm going to turn off my mic for a second while I call my son, and then we're going to weigh everything up, see what we got. So be right back. Just chat amongst yourselves. I can't see anything on chat, so if you have anything to ask me, just wait a second until I come back. All right, I'm back. All right, let me move. It's hard adjusting anything because YouTube is so slow. I have a delay from what I'm doing to my camera. Hey, Vester, how's it going? Thanks for joining the show. Oh, it's too far now. I need to draw some prints around this so I can, in the future, it'll always be set up. All right, there we go. And here we go. There's the gold. $1.6. All right. All right. There we go. Robert only real. All right, that it's time now. Is that means it's ugly mug time. So I'm gonna shrink down. There we go. So 1 point. Yeah, we'll move that. There we go. 1.150. So I got more out of this one with one single painting than I did the other bag, the other batch. So this one obviously had more gold in it from the El Natural dirt that he adds, but I found over the gram, so I'm ecstatic that I found over the gram. So I didn't think I would. I really thought I was going to hit the 0.9-ish, you know, because the other bag, like I said, the other bag I went through twice, or the other jar, I went through twice and only found 1.04. And this one I found 1.155, only going once. So I know in both bags I probably missed a couple pieces of gold, or at least a little bit. I don't know if it budged the scale enough to actually change anything, but country, yeah. Yeah, and my beard was this nice black solid beard, you know. I wasn't wearing glasses earlier. You know, I didn't need glasses, so but all right, that was awesome. There is some black sand in there. I'm not going to lie. Look, the scales keep going up. The black sand's multiplying. I'm not going to lie. It did have some black sands in it. I tried to clean it up. So I'm going to say even without the black sands, it's still going to be a little bit more than 1.1. So it's probably 1.11 maybe. So I know my phone's dead. My phone just died. My phone's at 1% because I look at chat on 1%. So we're going to speed through this. We're going to do a giveaway now. This is going to be for spot number 9 for my 1 ounce silver bar. Oh, and before I do that though, anyone noticed I moved some stuff around. I rearranged my, here. Well, we're going to get rid of the panning cam because the thing went out and you can't really see the gold. So we're going to get rid of the panning cam right now. But look at this. This is absolutely awesome. Someone 3D printed this for me. Absolutely wonderful. See? I don't know which side to use. I think this side's better just because you can tell it's a pan, but so I had to rearrange everything to put that up there along with some of my Miller Paydirt. So, but right now we're going to give away, the spot to win the Vendetta silver bar. It is a 1 ounce silver bar. And this is spot number 9. Oh, my chat just decided to close. The problem is the ugly mug blocks a cool bag of Miller Paydirt. Yeah, see, it does block. That's the cool bag. I didn't know where to put it. I'm going to move it somewhere else. I'll probably put it over here, there. Or no, here we're going to, I like the General in California. We'll get rid of the Gold Rush bag. We'll put it over here. So. Yeah, and thank you again, Matthew. Yeah, when I saw, it's funny, I saw the backside originally. I was like, oh man, this is awesome. Then I flipped it over. I was like, this is even better. I'm like, this is cool. So yeah, I don't mind rearranging my shelves if I get something cool. So, and what's funny is the train, I have somebody that's been hitting me up forever to sell them that train, the Gold Rush train, because I guess they're a little bit expensive. And I keep telling them, no, I'm like, it's above my head. Everyone sees it every time. But now nobody's going to be able to see it because it's behind my ugly mug. So I might have to sell my train. So. Oh, did I move it where chat now? Oh, dang it. Here. Okay, it's going over here. We'll swap these two here. There we go. Give it to PA? Okay. No. But yeah, I do like the bag. I still have a few of them left. One of these days I might have to make some more Miller Prospecting Paydirt. And I still have I still have a couple. I think I have like 10 of the bags left. And I don't know if you can see it. But the Miller Prospecting mini pans. So I still have a couple. I have like 10 of them. One of these days. So. But that was awesome. Today was an all-around great day. I got a new pan for Matthew. Mark sent me some Vo-Gus Paydirt to go through. And again, these Paydirts, I will be dividing up the gold, the dirt, drying it up, putting it in these, and I will be putting them back in these things, sealing them up, and sending them to 2 of my Patreon members at the end of the month. So 2 Patreon members. Last month, I gave away the 1 gram bag of Paydirt. This time, I guess there'll be 2 1 gram jars of Vo-Gus Paydirt that someone will be tortured with. So. Uh-oh. What? Oh, next to the spider? That's Spider Aces, yeah. Well, see, I'm very, like, I like everything. One of those people that has to have everything even, so I have like 2 bags here, then it has to be 2 bags on the other side, but yeah, I just need to get some more Paydirts. So, just unfortunately, money is always tight. So every time someone's like, oh, I've got a new Paydirt, I'm like, well, I can't afford a new Paydirt. So I can only add like 1 bag, like every 2 months or something. But, I'm not going anywhere. So eventually, I do like with the train being down here now, I do have some extra room up there. I can add like 2 more big bags of Paydirt or, taller bags. So, because eventually this one, the Ozark, will probably go to the top because it's a bigger bag. And the Tommy Knockers will both go on the top But I just need to get some more Paydirts to fill up the shelf. So, yeah, I have. Wheezing. So, all right, let's give away the spot for the silver bar. And again, this is spot number 9. We've already gotten 8 winners: Shane Berthero, David Hayden, 83 Sky Warrior, Reg Lab, Mark Sheldon, Somewhere in Ohio, John Gear, and Dragons AU Prospecting. Now, if you're a Patreon member, you can get a second spot on here because, I always reward my Patreon members because without them, I wouldn't be able to do these shows. So if you're a Patreon member, you can win again. If you're not a Patreon member and I pull your name, then we'll just pull again until we get somebody different. So here, I will post it in chat. Make sure if you haven't already, you go and post on the hidden link. I'm going to go set everything up for it. Make sure all the comments are going through because I know sometimes they don't like to. All right, they're all through. We can turn off Nightbot. Go to YouTube. So there we go. So we're all set. I'm just going to give everyone a minute or two since this show's already late. Oh, it's already 9:30. Oh, my. Yeah, and good luck to everyone who stuck around. It was a long show, so I typically don't, do shows this long, so. Rooted. It's all about the lines. Yeah, it drives me crazy because sometimes I'll move something and I'm just like, I got to move something else around and this and this. Why doesn't everyone make their Paydirt bags the exact same size? But mostly what it bugs me is I actually changed my lights. So my old lights used to be right above and they kind of hit here, on like here and here. But you can't see because a lot of these bags, these shiny bags, you can't see what they are. So I'm going to have to play around and move them because I really like the Spider Ace bag. It's one of my favorite bags. It's all holographic, but it's hard to see if lights are on it. So I actually have to go back to my forward light, which I didn't like using because it kind of in my eyes, but I want to be able to see more. So I'm going to have to move some stuff around. I was just kind of rushed today and I wanted to make sure I put the new Miller prospecting pan up there because it's so awesome. So. Yeah, 60. It was, I think at one point we were up to like 76 at one point, but people can only take so much in Miller prospecting. I'm telling you. Just imagine, it wouldn't have been that high if y'all had been looking at my face the whole time. Like if I'd have kept my face cam on while I was panning, we would have been lucky to have 12, 13 people. So OCD does. It does. It drives me crazy. I do lists for everything. My daughter laughs at me. I have, like when I used to bartend, there was a reason why every single job within a month, I was a bar manager, beverage manager, whichever restaurant I worked at, because I love par sheets. I love making par sheets, figuring out like, this is how much you're going to need. If I'm not there, you're going to need this much and that much. On average, you're going to go through 2.3 bottles of vodka, so you need to have 2 backups, And I loved it, and I still do it. I still do par sheets. I have a par sheet for my dry cabinet, so I know I need to get 2 cans of soup, and my daughter thinks it's hilarious. So she's like, you don't need a par sheet for food, Dad. And I'm like, I do. I need a par sheet for food. So, but I figure, it's better to, it could be worse. I could be flicking the lights 10 times or something. So, Well, I appreciate that, Steven. Typically, I don't do long live shows. I don't like them myself. I can't be entertained that long. So I typically try not to do long live shows. I try to, keep my intro down to 10 to 15 minutes and then the ending, 20 or 30 minutes because I'm actually doing a giveaway during the end. But yeah, I don't like doing very long shows myself. So, this one was just, there's nothing I could do. The Vo-Gus didn't put any magnetics in it, so I couldn't, cheat. So. But all right, let's shrink down the ugly mug and then we're going to do a giveaway. So, and as always, YouTube and its affiliates have nothing to do with this giveaway. This is 100% by me, just to thank people who put up with my ugly mug. And also, as always, if I pull your name, you must post something in the live chat before the end of the show. So make sure you do that. All right. Shrink down the ugly mug. And there's the website. Oh, yeah, shameless plug. Miller Prospecting. Top 10. Last video, in case you haven't seen it, but I'm pretty sure you have. The oldmouldy.com.au, the Vo-Gus, the Eldorado before that, and the Big Texas before that. Top 3, last 3 videos, my top 10. I do need to go through it again at the end of the month to double check these all and make sure everyone's doing good and still in business. But, all right, now here's what everyone came for. Let's post the link. Let's fetch those names. And I do plan on changing. I might be going back to either the weekly giveaways, where I just give something away every week, or a much shorter raffle, where it will just be at the end of the month. So we'll run 4, and then we'll give one away, or 3, then we'll give one away during Patreon. So we're going to have to see. This one, I get tired of tracking it, so we'll see. This is spot number 9. Good luck to everyone. No replies. Only 62 comments. That means like 16 people didn't leave a comment because they didn't want to win. But there we go. Let's pick a winner. My screen name is Troubled One. Well, there you go, Troubled One. Where is my pen? I don't have a pen, but we'll remember that one. Troubled One, congratulations. Good luck to everyone. You used up all their luck, brother. So, Troubled One is the winner. And because of Troubled One, now you got to look at my face full scale. So, congratulations to Troubled One. Let's see if he posts something in chat. And I finished the Paydirt. I did. So, I have to say, I was getting really, really worried when it was like, I started at 6:15, started panning. And when I hit like 7:45, and I was like, man, I still haven't even finished half of it. I was like, this is going to be, it's going to be pretty bad. So I was starting to even think, well, maybe I'll just finish it next Tuesday. But my kids were, I'm seeing them tomorrow. So they didn't mind just, me calling them really quick and saying goodnight. So it was all it. So, oh, is Troubled One, did he not post? This might be the one occasion I give it to somebody anyway for not showing up, just because it was such a long show. So, and thank you, Wanda. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone who's flocking out. Saturday, I will have a video, but it's just going to be a Patreon reveal. I'm going to be showing the prizes I'm going to be giving away for Patreon. So it's just a short little 5 or 6 minute video. Nothing good. Unless you're a Patreon member or you want to join my Patreon and you want to see what prizes I'll be giving away in 2 weeks. And then next Tuesday, we're going to be panning something out from the Shelf of Wonder. I don't know what yet. Maybe we'll do the Mammoth bag. I don't know. That one was something I just bought on a whim one day. So there's no show we need to pan again. Yeah, that ain't happening. My eyes are tired. My eyes are so tired. So. Now, I'm going to give it a few minutes. I've been here, so we've got like 4 minutes. So I don't rerun it, PA. If I decide not to give it to Troubled One, he's here. See, he's here. And it wouldn't have mattered. Even if he didn't show up, I would have just given away the spot next week. Would have just pulled 2 names next week. But Troubled One is here. He came in at the last second. He was just waiting. He's like, ooh. Then he starts seeing who wants me, doesn't want me to win. So congratulations to Troubled One. Now we got one more spot next week, and then the following Tuesday during my Patreon live show, we'll be giving away the silver bar. And then, like I said, Saturday, I'm just going to be doing a prize reveal for Patreon. And then next Tuesday, we're going to pan something off from the Shelf of Wonders. I don't know what it is. Oh, yeah, PA. So, and then again, I said I might be changing up the Tuesday giveaways after this one is won. I don't know. I feel kind of bad making people wait like 10 weeks to win something. So, I don't know. The reason I switched to 10 weeks was because I was giving away 1 gram bags of Paydirt, and I happened to have this silver. I wanted to give it away. I probably shouldn't have made it go 10 weeks, but oh well. So I might start doing like half gram bags of Paydirt or quarter gram bags of Paydirt and just do 1 a month. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe I'll make them. Maybe I'll make them into the Miller prospecting bags. I still have some of those. That would last me, a good year. So. It's at the jump across. Oh, wheezing. So, but I'm going to get out of here. It's been a very long night. My eyes hurt. I'm very, very tired. And I'm very, very hungry. So thanks everyone for joining this extremely long show. thank you very much to Mark Sheldon for giving me the Vo-Gus Paydirt that some of my Patreon members will now be getting. Or 2 of my Patreon members will be getting some of this. And thank you to Matthew for sending me the gold pan up there. That was awesome. And thank you to all my Patreon members. And thank you to all my subscribers, the ones who came and showed up. And thank you to Vo-Gus for showing up and watching and doubting me and saying I was taking too long. Because I beat you again, Vo-Gus. 1.15. One panning session. So there we go. But I'm out of here, everyone. I hope everyone has a wonderful week, and I will hopefully see you all next Tuesday when we pan something new out that won't take nearly as long, because I think we'll be doing the mammoth bag. I think we'll do the mammoth bag next Tuesday. That shouldn't take me too long, because this is an easy bag. I actually got the beginner bag, and there's a reason why I got the beginner bag, and we'll talk about that next Tuesday, because that's the bag we're going to be doing. So thank you all. Hope to see you next Tuesday. Saturday's video won't be a premiere, so you can catch it whenever you do. But next Tuesday we'll be alive. Won't take as long, but we're going to be panning out some mammoth bag of Paydirt with the reason why I bought the beginner bag. But thanks everyone. Thanks everyone who donated. Thanks everyone who was here tonight. It was just an awesome show.